start Monday morning in typical fashion. That I've got one van that, you know, you turn the key and the coil light doesn't come on, and then you've got this van that the coil light comes on and it doesn't start. I can hear it clicking over there for that's like the signal to the starter motor. So to be honest, we've had a few issues with these starter motors. One of them was and I've just remembered I forgot my hat, so I'm gonna go in and get that. Right, this might be gone now. Done. As you can tell, my cool glasses have arrived. Whee. The ones I copied Ben off. Seat belts. Hayden. Yeah, as you can tell, it's just started. But if any mechanics out there can give me any sort of clues as to what could be happening with this van. So the other van, I think it's to do with the steering lock, because I've changed the glow plug module. We've changed the key, the bit you put the key in, I can't remember the name of it for now. The ignition barrel, is it called? And the only thing you do with the tipper is when you turn the steering wheel left and right and it locks, then you start it. It seems to work, the glow plug comes on. So I'm not sure if there's I think there's a signal from obviously the steering lock that would say that if the key was in, the steering lock comes undone. So it's not the barrel, because that's recognising the key. But something to do with when the steering locks is then obviously stopping the signal to the glow plug module. But yeah, I'm just guessing here because we've gone through a few different that's what being a mechanic is, isn't it? Just making educated guesses. But if there's any mechanics out there who are watching who've got any ideas of what it could be. And then I've got the opposite on this van. I've got the glow plug signal is on the dash every time I put the key in, and I get the little click noise by the glove box to say that it's, you know, transferring to the relay. But I just don't get anything. So one thing we had on the other tipper, so it must be a Mercedes thing. Unfortunately, I've got 4 Mercedes. The earth wasn't touching the chassis. So I don't know if you remember one of the earlier episodes, and the mobile mechanic come out in Warrington. I went to pick a bed up for Weston, and he basically cleaned the earth cable that was connected to the chassis because it rusted off, and that worked. So maybe that's worth checking now. But I feel like if it was that, it wouldn't be as intermittent. It'd just be either like yeah or no. So yeah, please help. So the plan today is, well, the plan over the next few weeks is that there's 4 houses to do, and what we're going to do is we're going to rip all 4 of them out, which is good for us because we'll take all the bricks to the yard and hopefully pallet them and sell them. Now I've got a forklift. Well, that should be coming this week actually. However, no, the plan over the next few weeks is the 4 houses we've got to rip. So we're going to rip the one we're on now. This is nearly done, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drop the back, fit steels, dig the extension, brick the extension up, and brick the outrigger back up. And then at some point, Gary, one of the other builders who's finishing one of the other student houses that's ready for August, once he's done that, he'll then come and take over this one. So we're just going to do this one until Gary can take this one over. So see how far we get, and then we'll go and rip 2 other houses for another builder called Andy. He'll do them, so we'll just do the rips on them, and then we'll hand them over. and then we'll do the rip on the 4th house, and then that's the one we'll do start to finish, and see if he buys any more in that time as well. We'll see, because at the moment normally I'd have one of my projects on and we'd have say 2 student houses as well throughout the year. However, because I've got the yard now and that's eating up all my money and enthusiasm and stress, we haven't bought anything else, so we're just on these student jobs now. So if he does have any more, we'll be able to smash them out. If not, we'll see. We might then, hopefully my sister gets her planning permission, we might then do her extension, or we might open up and maybe do some other private jobs. We'll see, but that's the plan for the next few weeks. However, I've been doing this for 14 years and it changes like that. It's not as simple as, yeah, we'll book this in, do that, something happens and might turn around and go, oh, we're not doing that house anymore, or another builder's doing this, or he doesn't want to do it anymore, you just do them. So we'll see, but that is the plan. I just realised I look like, until I've got well, nearly 2 years, a 2-year-old son, that I look like the bug off Bug's Life with me orange eyes. Here we go, back on a dusty site. Had a little trim, had a little haircut. Yeah. Hey. And none of them any good now.
Them ones are like all the shitty ones, we've got the good ones there.
Oh, sound, yeah, I was going to say keep the good ones. Alright, mate. Do 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 do. Morning. Have we got any good ones? No. I remember I was going to say and keep them, because there was that, we did a job last year and Gary ended up paying like a few grand for them, right? Because we just couldn't get hold of any reclaim ones. You know the job on this road? Yeah, but he's all sand, that paid a few grand for them. So if we can keep any and keep the lead in the. So we're going to put scaffolding up, and we're going to have to drop all this. The only thing is, like, we're going to have to drop this L, but then that's just going to be, there's nothing there, is there? Look, there's one course holding that tie in that corner in. So maybe we'll leave that pillar in. That's what I mean, yeah. So I was thinking maybe if we braced it somehow, so if we put like, you know, like a timber right the way across and screwed in, or screwed up and down there and put loads of concrete screws in just to hold that corner in place. And then if we take from the door, so leave this corner in, because that will stay in. Oh no, no it won't, it's coming out, innit? Yeah, so all that's coming out. We might end up having to just take all that out.
Yeah, take it all, just beat like shit out all loose on the piece of wood.
But to do that, we'll have to strip the whole roof. So
how far is the dormer? Just this section going out?
That one and this one. So we might be better just take. So I'm thinking we'll put scaffolding up, get all this out. We'll put scaffolding up, and we'll take the roof off and drop these walls right the way down.
Now it's getting rebuilt. That's going straight to the.
So that'll go straight across and come in.
And then the top's going just on top of that again.
And then there'll be a steel across here taking this one, and then there'll be a point load steel going that way. That's taking that, and we rebuild that because that's sunk.
So the dormer's going to come out in like a weird shape then, because of this. It's not going to come out like. It's just going to come out this bit, and that's.
No, so the dormer will be there, come down, and then that bit will carry on.
So the dormer.
You'll be able to see we've done a few of them on these roads.
It's going to be the little bit at the bottom of the dormer.
No, this will be a flat floor like this, so it'll look like this, but on the loft.
That's what I mean, but how far is the dormer will come out with this wall being in the way?
It won't be in the way. No, sorry. The dormer stops there.
At the back of the house, this roof sticks out more than that.
Yeah, so the dormer stops here,
Yeah.
and then it comes round and carries on there. So this
With the L cut out of it.
this footprint will carry on upstairs. This will be another floor with that there.
There's no idea you're just going to dome it. It's been leave that sloped.
No, we'll still do that, yeah. Morning. So yeah, we're gonna have to get this bit stripped, and then we'll take scaffolding in the back and basically drop this whole back of the house.
It's at the end of the door now. Take
Yeah.
the weight of it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, just turn that off, sir. That's downstairs, isn't it? On this bit now, I'm going to go and measure. I'm going to go and pick this steel up now from Alexander Steel at the top of the road. And what we're going to do is we're going to strong buoy. So we're basically going to prop underneath the brickwork there where it's still intact. And there where you can see the crack, we're going to take all that brickwork out below, fit a new steel, and then brick up above. And then that'll all be solid then, sat on the original pad stones, whatever they use. Normally it's like a solid stone or a granite or a and then we'll have a steel with that bricked up and all good. Just coming to Alexander Steel, and we'll hopefully see how quick they can do this order for us now. If we can get it today, it'd be good. Let's see. You only need 3 holes.
You want 3?
Yeah. Save you a bit of time, won't it?
Right there then.
Yeah. Hey, tell you what, takes us a lot longer on site to drill them. Now they get painted in a high build zinc phosphate primer, which obviously protects them against obviously heat and fire. Size of the brushes they've got. Don't mess about these. And you reckon 10 minutes it'll be dry? I tell you what, you can't get better than that, can you? 25 minutes from walking in, asking for 2 8x4s, to cutting them, drilling them and painting them, and now they're in the back of my van dry. I can't believe how quick that paint dries. They said, oh yeah, it'd be 5-10 minutes. That I was like, no. But yeah, literally. Not a bad advertisement for Alexander Steel there. I think I just come in at a good time. They're normally busy. Right, I need to go to Chestnut, order some padstone, sand, cement, and then I've just ordered the steels while I was there for the rear, the point load, and the floor one. However, I'm still waiting for a price for the easy joist, so I'm going to ring them up now and just say, look, you know, we're about to we're still going to need those rear steels. It's just whether we use if we can get those easy joists, it gets rid of the middle steel for the staircase, or well, we'll see actually whether it does. It might still need a steel to take the weight of the stairs, and I don't think it does. I think it gets rid of them. So I'll give them a ring now, actually, chase them up. Look at that. Hey, I only ordered these 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes later, steels are on site, ready to go. Ready to go in. The lads are getting this prepped. Let's have a look. I can't with the music. But you can see what I was on about earlier. So we're propping above, and then we're going to take that out, get this steel in, and then I'm going to go and get padstones and sand cement now. Did Joe tell you we do a YouTube channel?
He did mention something.
Well, just in Chestnut, and I've just picked up sand cement now so that the lads can crack on getting this steel in. And I've just seen, obviously, an old mate who bends me enough weight. He's got a barber's on Allerton Road, and fun enough, he's actually he was the owner before the owners where I bought the block of flats from. And it was he'd bought it and was planning to make it his family home, got like loads of opposition from planning and neighbours objecting, and you know, the plans he had were amazing actually. It was going to be like a grand family home. However, the house was falling down and he was trying to do bits on his own, but obviously I think it was just sort of, I mean, it was a big job for me when I took it on. It was probably the biggest job I'd took on at the time. So obviously for him, who's not a builder, it must have been even more daunting, and I think it just got too much for him, and he ended up just selling it in the auctions. And then the people bought it, didn't do anything with it, and then I bought it off them. But he popped in one day and said like, oh, you know, I used to own this, it's good to see it getting rebuilt, and obviously come in and show them around and stuff. And yeah, I've always kept in touch with him on Instagram and Facebook and that. So I just bumped into him in the builder's yard, and he was about to cut a big sheet of insulation up to get it in his car, because he's doing a loft conversion above his barber's now. So I said, oh no, don't worry, I'll throw it in my van for you. So we're just heading there now, and then take this sand back to the lads. Hopefully they've got it all propped and all the brickwork out ready for a mix to go on. Right, we dropped that off, and really nice fella, Ben, and he's just offered to cut me hair for free. So give and you shall receive. I think that's or maybe giveth and thou shall receiveth. I think that's how it goes. But it is true, you know, help people out, and you don't do it to get stuff back. It's just nice to help people, especially. There's one thing I always say, and it's always stuck with me from footy, was when I was younger and I didn't drive, I used to obviously get lifts with some of the older lads, and I don't know if I've told this before, but they used to drop you off like on their route. So it was like, right, I'm going from here to there, so like from like Accrington, say, to Liverpool, and they'd be like, right, this is where I live, like you can get out anywhere on this route. And it's like, so easy to be thinking, well, that sounds fair enough. However, I used to get out, and then I'd have to walk for like 45 minutes, and I used to think that would take like 5 minutes in a car, it maybe less, 2 minutes in a car, and it's taken me 45 minutes to walk it. And I was like, for me, it's always stuck in my mind that if you can do something that would save someone else so much bother, and it takes you a tiny bit of your time, obviously within reason, otherwise every single hour of my day I'd be, you know, helping people out. But when stuff pops up, you should just do it, and don't think selfishly, because there's a lot of selfish minded people in the world that think, well, what do I get out of helping you? And you know, if everyone thought the other way, it'd be a nicer world, wouldn't it, if you just just help each other out. So I just had to stop because I can hear rattling on the roof. Is it that wheel, do you reckon, there? Move that back and forth. It's that, innit? Oh, I was going mad then. I've said to Dave, when someone's getting sacked if they've left the ladder clamps on my roof and I've come on the bloody motorway, as you can see. So just had a call then. One of the carers at the block of flats that I own, and I was like, oh, what's up now? You know, like something's the roof's leaking or something. I hardly ever get a call off them, so I was thinking, oh, they only call me when either like the hot water's gone or like something. So he rang, and it was one of the carers, and he said, look, I've been following the YouTube channel, and I've seen, like, you know, your social media and that, and he's like, you know, I'm looking to get involved in, you know, managing stuff and for people like that, so would you be able to meet up and have a chat? So I was like, yeah. I was happy that it wasn't it wasn't a leak or something. So, but yeah, well, maybe that'll be something we'll bring to you this week. I'll sit down, have a chat with him and see if there's something he can offer. And then I've just had a price back for the easy joist just in time with us ripping the house out ready to put the steels in. And on first glance it looks okay, so I'm going to sit down and work and compare it to the 8x2s, and we'll see which whether we can swap to that and start using that instead of the 8x2s. So all good. Just pulled up to I check out what it's called. Hydroscan. I've just come to Hydroscan just to get. I was going to order them online, but this was 5-10 minutes away, so I've just come out to pick acros up for the front, and I'm going to pick up the bits I need for the auger. And then we can get that done, we can get the seals in and with concrete, and then we can get the concrete panels slided in. Woo! Yeah. So we've got, what are these? Half inch? Yeah. Half inch. And then we've got to go to an adapter to, because these are metric, and these are M18, no sorry, these are half inch, and I need to be M14, and then the other side, luckily enough, is M18. So we've had to get an M18 to half inch adapter, goes into a quick release. Apparently these ones are better because they don't get stuck on it. There's another one that's not the flat ones, and then again the other side we've had to go to M14. So they look quite bulky, don't they? Yeah, push them together that way. Yeah, no, that way. You in? I done it before, and I got my t-shirt stuck in it, and then pull it out. You gotta pull. You gotta pull that. You gotta pull that bit. There's like a little bit it clips into. No, you're gonna elbow me here. I need to get the stickers for this. One of the magnets is for this van. For when we're in this van. We've just what was it called? Hydroscan. Obviously, just literally, I can't believe it's a whole place just does hydraulic, like hoses, attachments, everything to do with hydraulics. And managed to obviously get the attachments we need for quick release for the digger. However, it's a bit more of a ball ache than I thought it was going to be. Dave went to the toilet, didn't you? Yeah. And I reckon the fellas just charged me more there for them parts, because Dave come out laughing his head off, and he was like, "What's up?" And he went, "You should see the silicone on that sinking there. I'll put it here." You just took a picture, didn't you? Yeah. And he come out and went, "Who's done that?" And the fella on the till went bright red. And Dave was like, did you do that? You've gone red. And then when he went out, he went, "Yeah, I did that silicone." He said, it's just to get the sink on. So I told him that he's going to be on this week's YouTube. If anyone wants any silicone doing,
don't go to Hydroscan.
Yeah. At least they know what they're doing with hydraulics, though. Looks a tiny bit different in here now. So we got all this propped. The lads have started taking that. We're just going to get more acros, so we're going to get this totally out and get the steels in, and then we're going to... Hey, is it worth putting that steel in the height of... Oh no, just put it back the way it was. As I say, we put it back at the height of the floor. 2.6 he wants the floor now. And then it just means that it's all smooth, doesn't it? Well, we've got the option. I need to go to Chestnut because I forgot to get the pad stones.
Depends on
I paid for them.
Depends where the height sits, I guess. If it's lower than like the front door, or just be a bit of a ball like.
I reckon we just put it in at the front door height rather than trying to go a specific height, and then it just makes everything look better, doesn't it? Go to the bottom of the windows there, so the plasterboard finishes right on level with the windows again. There's Blaen. There's Blaen getting his getting his what are they called? A Shishanan or a Nina, whatever. Alright, here's a random one for you. we were on the scaffold the other day and a fella went past and was like, you haven't seen a dog, have you? And he was like, it's a St. Bernard, a big dog. Can't miss him. And I think the lads were sort of taking the mick, saying, oh, you know, how could you miss that? Well, look what I've just found. No. So, he looks absolutely starving. So I've just bought him some food and a bowl to get some water in him. And the waivatory group's down. So I've got no idea how to get in touch with this fella. I've just done a post on my Instagram and Facebook, so hopefully that'll be enough. But hey, do you remember the other day the fella looking for the St. Bernard? Just found him in the street. He's what? The fella come the other day looking for him, and we were on the scaff and we were all laughing, saying, "Oh yeah, can't miss a big dog, can you?" It is. I've just googled it.
It's a baby one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a skinny one.
Yeah.
It's blocked for now. It's down for 2 days. It says. Yeah. The fella was asking for a dog the other day. Well, I'm going off. So I bought it some food. It's absolutely starving. I've got a bowl here. One of yours. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Take that, get some water in it, and then give it that dog food. And then I've
actually saw that fella this morning. As if he probably won't find him.
Literally, someone went past looking for the St. Bernard the other day. I know, I've just googled it, and it literally looks to spit at that. So if we'd have known about this years ago, it would have been... So this is... I've just come to... What's it called? I keep pronouncing it wrong.
So we've got two names here. So there's Sticks, which is the timber frame.
Sticks does timber frame.
And we've got Joists, where we specialise with the joists.
Okay. That's why I was like... I was trying to pronounce it to someone before, going, do you know where Sticks Joist is? And they were like, no.
Yeah, so yeah, we're Sticks Joists. We're two companies operating at the same unit.
So you'll have seen me mention this on the previous episodes, where obviously it looks weird, doesn't it? Because you think, how can that be strong enough to take? However, obviously they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
So do you provide like a thing for building regs, or are they that well known now in building regs that they won't ask for them?
Generally, they don't ask for them. If they do, we supply full calculations and everything that they need.
So one thing you were saying was, we're obviously trying to think of the quickest way, the cheapest way, and obviously the best way in terms of, because I was even thinking of this, we do a few jobs where we go retrofitting stuff now on the old student jobs, where something's happened in the cables, they've changed something and they need the new cables put them through, and normally you have to drill circle holes, and then you've got to drill through the joist, go to the next joist, drill a circle hole, put that. Whereas if we had these, you can just fish a cable all the way through
that's it.
Wherever you want.
Retrofitting, you're just making the one hole to go in, and then you're just snaking them down the same run.
So we were talking about, this is why I wanted to come down and see, because you're only 20 minutes away from the job we're on at the minute. But you were saying, if we put whatever size joist we do, isn't it? So if we do an 8x2 or what so are these 200?
So these ones here are...
They look about 200, yeah?
225s.
225, yeah. So if we were to make, obviously, our strap round, we could do a bolt of timber to the whole outside perimeter of the house, and then these would just slip over, nail through the top.
That's it.
No joist hangers, because that's the one thing at the minute when we do the steels and we use the joist hangers. I prefer it. So I don't like the idea of sitting it in the wall and mortaring it, because there's no lateral restraint on the walls. These are all like 100-something-year-old houses, and they do move. So I prefer having them on joist hangers that are nailed in, because it gives you that lateral restraint. So we'll get that by doing it the way you've just said then, but without all the joist hangers.
Yeah, that's it. So you'll get it sitting on, so all your forces going down through your ledger. So as long as your ledger is fixed to your wall in any way you're happy with, that's taking that. So this will take all the force down into your ledger, and then lateral you've got two nails at the top.
So do you have it like that, where one bit overhangs and that bit's not, or could we even do it where like we slot it in?
Well,
do you know what I mean? And then you get a nail up,
yeah. So
or do you do it that way at the minute, where we'd only have say 50 mil, so we'd have a 2 inch thing going on. You could do it that way and then we'd nail it diagonally, couldn't you? That'd go on easier.
Yeah, there's a few ways. We've done one just recently, we supplied it last week, where they had this detail here sitting on the 50mm on top. We took this to the bottom with a column there, and we supplied them a hanger, so they had both options.
Yeah.
It's twice as strong.
Okay.
The other option, if you don't want the hanger at all, we can take this, so this sits on top. We can take this
to 50mm short
with a column, so you can nail on the top.
So it'll have a vertical here that we can nail in.
You can nail through as well.
That's perfect, yeah. And that'll be easier to swing in. And so which was the bit they were saying you get a bit of tolerance with? So, because obviously these houses, some of them they're not like new build ones where you can it's going to be the same bit. One bit might be, we've had some that are like triangle shape.
Right. Okay.
So each one would have to be measured individually, then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it depends on how much sort of flexibility and things you want. This is only one option. The other option, I haven't got any. We might have some we're knocking together.
You've got more over there, haven't you?
Can't really get to those with this top. I'll show you some of the other details when we pop in the office on a 3D where we can have. I mean, we've done some where the wall is, as you said, literally triangle.
Yeah.
It's got trim blend up to about 250 pounds tolerance each end.
Oh, right, okay.
And then you can just chop.
So one thing I was thinking of is if we did have one like that, we could almost get our perimeter in now, mark out the centres and get exact measurements then.
Yeah.
And that way, we haven't got less sort of tweaking on site. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm glad I come because literally as soon as I seen that then you said, oh, you can slot that in, nail it, I thought that's,
Yeah, that does that. Obviously, there's less tolerance with that option because there's not much you can trim. But we can do ones with blocks in the end that you can trim off completely, slightly more expensive, and you need a hanger, obviously. Yeah. Another option where we've just got columns with a small amount of tolerance, 35, 50 mil, something like that, which is just the top and the bottom cord that you can trim off, but it's still 50 mil each end. 35 mil each end that you can trim.
Yeah.
Again, they'll go in a hanger.
So we're almost better putting our strapper on level, bolting it to the walls of the house, marking the centres of where we want the joists, and then I can come to you and go, right, I need, perfect scenario, there's 20 all exactly the same length, and you say they take between 5 days and 2 weeks max.
Yeah, no more than 2 weeks generally.
Yeah, because last time I've inquired about these for years. I remember seeing them years ago, and I think I've still got the emails on them, and they were just like ridiculous price, and they took like 6 weeks to make, and I was just like, oh, there's no way we can incorporate that in what we were doing. But obviously what you've sent me now is a bit more realistic.
Yeah, so the way we're set up, we specialise in just the joists. So the timber frame guys do what they do, their lead times don't affect us. I'm just making the joists, so my lead times aren't affected by
other jobs.
Getting a big truss job for an apartment that might block out production for 3 weeks. I'm not affected by that. I'm only affected by making joists.
No, good. No. So obviously you make them and use them. Yeah. But what I've found interesting is that side's not sat on anything. So it's just the top bracket, and then obviously these bits sort of hold obviously all the weight in, which is even more interesting, yeah. That's good to know that. And you got some getting made. Oh, this is the timber side. This is the other side. That's good because most of building is like knowing what's out there. Yeah. If you know what's out there, you can pick and choose when to use it. And so you've worked for, there's 3 companies.
The 3 companies that engineered these webs.
So that's a web, and it's weird. Obviously, I'm just looking at they're literally, that's your pressing machine. So they're just pressed into the timber, and obviously they take the what's it called? Not lateral.
They take all the forces.
All the forces, yeah. But you've worked for all 3 companies.
Worked with all 3, yeah.
So you are an expert on.
I've dealt with them for about 16 years. So
yeah.
I've worked with all 3 of them now.
So what's the biggest span you've done?
The biggest span we've done here was just recently. We did it for a KFC in Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
The replacement roof. It was about 600 mil deep.
Yeah.
And lengthwise, was around 13.5 metres.
13.5 metres in one joist.
In one joist, yeah.
Wow. And do you know what's mad? So, like, if that was a solid timber, that would weigh over, I don't know, 100 and something kilograms. So, that's what these are like lightweight, aren't they, in comparison?
Much more lightweight. We can get depths that you can't get. So it's
That's right, yeah.
we can get depths that you can't get with solid timber because we're pressing the webs in between.
Yeah.
Solid timbers as they were. As I said, we can get up to 600 deep. Get various different web sizes.
I didn't think of doing a racking with it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, just some that we had left over. But if you see that they can take the weight of these packs themselves.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. And these are making some now.
This is a pack you just finished. They'll be ready to go out later this week.
Nice. Hold on, you haven't got anything on here that you don't want.
I think so.
that you want me to crop out. But you can see I've just got a 3D bit up of the bit, and if you zoom in on that bit and show the bit that you're saying is trimmable, so that can either sit on a joist or can be trimmed back. Yeah.
Which is similar to the one we saw outside.
Yeah. So this is the one that I was saying we could do where we'd put the perimeter around, mark it off, and then I'd give you the measurements, and that bit would sit on, and nail in, and then nail into the... Yeah, that to me sounds the best.
Yeah.
No joist hangers, on, straight in. God, we'd have the whole floor done in a day.
It's the least flexible of the options, but it's the quickest one to install and theoretically the cheap one.
So if we put the perimeter in round and mark it up, I can send you those measurements, and there's no reason why we'd have to... Hopefully the house doesn't move overnight.
Yeah. We did a job about 3 miles down the road, and that's exactly
that was what they done.
They set it out 600. They told me the exact lengths they wanted.
Yeah.
Manufactured, and that's it. I
think that's what we'll finger then. So, can you go on the detail of the stairs opening? All right, okay. Because what I was thinking, obviously, there's times where are these just 8x2s then?
So this at the moment. Yeah, it's just a...
Because there's times where, we don't have to obviously just always use them. There's no reason to have obviously an easy joist next to the stairs. Not going to be poking anything through, are we?
Yeah.
So we can have, obviously, pick and choose which bits.
Yeah, so this is an 8x2. If the opening was smaller, and we could get a narrower or a shallower sort of timber to work, we could do that top core detail where our joists going onto this.
And sit on it. Oh, yeah, I get you.
That saves hangers again.
Yeah.
In instance,
otherwise, you'd have to have hangers for those ones going that way.
That's it, yeah. So in this instance,
I get you. They're on hangers.
It needs to be on hangers because of the length and the load going through.
So if they were 2 7x2s or 3 7x2s, is the detail, is that 50 mil?
That is 50 mil, yeah.
So if we used 3 7x2s and that was strong enough for obviously to span those 4 joists, which I can't imagine it not being, then we could go for that detail where you'd have 150 mil overhang on it, and then it'd nail into the things and the board would all be flush.
That's it. So if I change this to a 155, it won't work, but I will just force it.
Yeah. So does this automatically do the calcs for you and says...
It runs out the calculations and tells when it's
so there it's flagging up red.
So we can't manufacture that, but I can do it just for the moment, for the sake of showing you this.
So your system's telling you that that joist is too small for that span and the weight.
That's it, yeah. So it all
that's clever, isn't it?
All has to get passed by engineering. Yeah. It doesn't work, but
I get
to show
you
you how it would work, how it would look.
Yeah, that's good.
Got that there. Again, that takes out your need for your hangers. You've got all passed through here, so this web is taking the forces, the strength here, which is why your bottom cord doesn't need to match up.
That's amazing, that it doesn't. Yeah. Because it just makes sense that'd be like buttered up and nailed in, but it doesn't actually.
Doesn't need to, but we can do that.
As well.
If you want that.
That's good.
As an extra.
Well, what a game changer that is. Sorry, it's dark. I'm just going through the tunnel. I've just spoke to some of the other builders for the student jobs, and they've not used them. However, I've just explained what I've just learned there, and they're of the same opinion than me. They're like, wow, like why isn't everyone using these? And I think it is just because people don't know about it. It's not even new. You see, that guy's been doing it for 16 years. But yeah, we're definitely going to give it a go on this one. And I say I've just invited a few of the other builders round once we do get it for them to see how it's done, and I'll do a price comparison for you. Let me do that. A price comparison for you versus an 8x2, because it is more. However, for what you're getting for that, it's it's worth it, in my opinion anyway. So right, get back to the job now. Hopefully the lads are lifting the 2 steels, and they just rang me while I was there saying they need to get one cut because the bay is obviously on a 135 angle. So I've got 2 steels 3 meters long. One of them needs to be 2.6 because they need to take 20 off each side to get the angle, which is my bad. So they're just going to pop up to Alexander Steel at the top of the road again, and hopefully they'll cut it for them. Get those bolted in together, get the brickwork done above, and then we need to be setting up scaffolding in the back to take the roof, take all the weight off the roof so we can drop the outrigger completely. I mean, unfortunately this house has subsided, but that is going to be the safest, the best possible, you know, you'd be able to guarantee that is not going to sink. Whereas at the moment, if we were to like try and underpin it, it's leaning, everything's like, yeah, it just needs to get dropped, and then it'll make it a lot safer and easier. The only bit is that when we do drop the back of the house, we've got to make sure that there's still weight on the walls, so that they're not just, you know, floppy and thingy. So one thing where they used to do with the purlins, that is obviously good because it means that there's weight on the front, the middle, and then obviously the ridge is on. So yeah, let's go back, see what the lads are cracking on. And if everyone comes in, so there's a few lads off today still, Lewis, Tom. If everyone comes in, we've probably got too many people on this house, so I might see about getting the keys to the next one. However, I don't like doing that because then you've got the 2 vans sort of going bang bang bang, whereas at the moment, you know, maybe, we'll see. We found the owner. Yeah, you can keep that. You can keep that. And then we got him some food. No worries, mate. We can go. Next adventure and then sound more brickwork come out there than we probably thought, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, someone who's the quickest bricklayer? Other than me. Who's the second quickest bricklayer? Over the. On your van. Someone, you didn't just go to Chestnut. Someone gets late then. Just weighs that much, so you can see how thick these bays are, which is scary because the one on Blantyre fell in. It had like a big crack in it. You can see the lads have got the 2 steels in. These are the engineering brick on the outer course. So what we're going to do now is just get this bricked up as quick as we can, and then we'll so just been to that place for the easy joist, miles better. All we've got to do, Ben, is strap a 6x2. Yeah, get the laser, strap a 6x2 on that wall and this wall, and then every 600 mark. No, just through bolt them. No, you get through bolts that expand. Just the normal ones. I've got loads in my van. Get that, and then I send every 600. We put a mark, laser it. I send him that measurement. He sends us the exact joist. They just come in, swing in, nail in the top, nail in the bottom, done. No steels here at all. And then everything's got all the bits line up. So if you want to have a soil pipe from the front all the way to the back, you can. It goes right through the middle of it. All the cables, everything. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll probably either we'll do that through and bring it out and down, or we'll run it under the ground. So you can see this old joist. Look at that. Powder. That's what was holding the bay up before we put these steels in. Mick's just said that because it was so crumbly, the hardest bit was getting the timber out, obviously through all these supports, because you don't want to knock these supports. But yeah, they've got it there. So we'll get this bricked up tomorrow, take them out, and then obviously we'll get rid of all the wood. The bricks are now going on the van. I'm going to go to the yard with them and then bring back some more scaffolding for the back, and then we're going to go and do a metal run. So this is what, this is the copper. Oh, nearly all the copper. There we go. This is all the copper and metal we get out the jobs, so that's all going to go on the tipper now, and we're going to go and take that to Norton's. So bricks first, then Norton's. Oh, I'm saying that. What time is it? I don't think we'll have time to do that R3, so yeah, probably just a brick run. It's not going quick enough, this, is it? Got the big fellas out, look. Hey, see how many extensions this is built, lad? What time is it? 25 past? There we go. Nice new front wall. All secure and safe. I'm covered in mortar here. Mick's trialing it off with what have you got? A bit of batten. We'll just throw the rest of that mix on and just half render it, yeah. And that is a wrap for, what day is it?
Monday. First day of the week.
Don't, because it'll mess. I'll be doing the video and I'll think it's Tuesday. So that front now is all nice and secure. You can see where someone else has rendered the bottom of it, can't you? Internally. Now, next thing is we're going to drop all of this has subsided, so all of that is going. So we're going to take the weight off the roof tomorrow, set scaffolding up, take the weight of the roof off, and then we're going to take the timbers off and we're going to drop these walls. So we're literally, that Z shape is going to go. Stairs will go tomorrow, these internal walls will come out, and then we'll start digging the footings for the extension. So we'll probably just obviously do a new L, considering that one's sunk already. I don't know if you can see, but the reason we can't salvage it as well, it's okay if something sinks, but it's actually leaning out as well, and it's leaning out more than 4 inches, which is what engineers would say is the limit of, it's too far gone. I wouldn't feel comfortable getting the lads to put acros and needles and propping that up, knowing that it could, the bricks are all loose and it's leaning. And then we're going to go in the morning, take the tipper of bricks to the yard, pick up scaffolding, and then we're going to fill all the metal that we've got from this job, and we're going to take that to Norton's tomorrow. I'll message me mate, see whether it's a busy day for him, if we can have a little tour or not. But that'll probably be a separate video. We all done? Mm-hmm. What do we say to people who are enjoying the videos?
Like and subscribe and tell your mates.
That was a wrap. And then Blaen's just sucking me in to give him a lift home. So we're gonna go drop Blaen off and tip these bricks at the yard. So his fee for getting a lift home is he's got to spray the bricks as I tip them. So yeah, what do we say to people who are enjoying the channel, Blaen? You have to lean your right.
Like, subscribe.
You got your belt on?
Put your belt on.
Get that a little soak first.
Feel like walking through that.
Is that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on the way home late after giving Blaen a lift and dropping the bricks off so that we can come in tomorrow and get a head start. And then Adam's just popped his tyre. But look at this. Mate, what is that?
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh mate, it's a door handle. It's off a door.
Oh, it's a window.
Oh.
Oh.
How's that gone through your tyre? Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
How unlucky is that? Like, how has that gone? Like, you've had to be like that, look.
It must have been poking up. Must have been like maybe in a grid or something. You know, stuck on the side of the grid.
Yeah, oh, must have been.
Yeah. That is pretty.
You don't want to keep it?
I do want to keep it, yeah. That's ridiculous.